Hi, Phyllis here from southernfrugal.com. We're going to make some lemon squares for Christmas, and I'm just going to call this double recipe lemon squares because we're going to do a double recipe. So this is just a standard recipe, and probably a lot of you already know this recipe, but anyway, we're going to do a video on it anyway. Alright, so what you'll need, and I'm of course using my KitchenAid for this. You'll need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and I'm using cake flour, so to make the crust really nice, use cake flour. So that's 2 cups of cake flour and 1/2 cup of confectionery sugar or powdered sugar. Just put that in. And 1 cup of softened butter, that would be 2 sticks. And we want to just combine these together, and then we're going to press it into our little pyrex dish. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're just going to leave that be for a minute. Now, most directions tell you to not grease your dish, but I still grease mine anyway with just a teeny bit of butter, basically mostly on the bottom and just slightly up the side. Now, once this gets ready, we're going to put it in here and mash it into the pyrex dish. Then we're going to bake it for about 20 minutes at 350 degrees. And so anyway, once this gets all together, we'll be back. Alright, I wanted to bring it all over here and show you what this crust looks like. Now, my butter was at room temperature, but it's kind of cold in here, so it wasn't, you know, all that loose. But anyway, once it starts coming together, you want to cut it off, and we're going to press it into the pyrex dish. So we'll be back. Okay, I just used my spatula to spread this out in the pan, and then I used my thumb to kind of measure a 1/2 inch up the side of the pan. So we're going to bake this for about 20 minutes, and while this is baking, we're going to get the filling ready. So we'll be back. Alright, our crust has been in the oven for about 5 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and start the filling. 4 large eggs. I'm just going to put all this in the bowl at the same time. 2 cups of regular plain sugar. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 4 tablespoons of lemon juice, and the grated rind of 2 lemons. And actually the lemon juice to get 4 tablespoons was about 1.5 lemons. But I went ahead and grated 2 lemons, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Alright, we're going to put this in the KitchenAid mixer. And we want to beat this until it's frothy. So most of the directions say for about 3 minutes, but I am thinking in the KitchenAid it might be less than that. So we're going to start it out on low. Turn it up to 2, and we'll just let it keep beating until it gets frothy. And once the crust gets done, we'll be back. We're going to pour this right on top of the crust while it's still hot. We'll be back. Okay, the crust is cooked for actually 25 minutes because this pan is a 9 by 13, which would be a little less than in square inches than 2 8 by 8 pans, so it had to cook just a little bit longer, and probably the filling will too. But anyway, here's what the filling looks like. Can y'all see that? A little bit frothy on top, and we're just going to dump it right in on top of that hot crust. which will of course start it cooking right away. All right, there it is. So we're ready now to put it back in the oven and let it finish cooking, which will probably in this pan take about 30 minutes. We'll be back. All right, here's what the lemon squares look like. Now I'm going to be taking this to a get-together, and so, but it's not until next week. So I'm going to go ahead and let this cool on the counter. Then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, let it cool again, and then once it's cold, like in the refrigerator, I'll take it and put it in the freezer. Then when I take it out, when we take it, I will sprinkle some confectionery sugar over it and cut it into little small squares and put it on a platter. All right, we'll see y'all next time.